And welcome back to the Dreamcasting Gaming Podcast. We're back again with myself, Raphael, Carl, and Sean. And in today's episode, we're going to cover a few things. And look at this, I'm having a pause here. However, we're going to be covering Dune Awakening, which is a recent survival MMO that's been released. The not too long ago GTA 6 second trailer and all the things that came with that. And the major topic here will be game patents. I think that was that the title of it, Sean, or am I losing myself here somewhat? Yes, a game design patent. So when I say game design patents, an example being the Nemesis system in Shadows of Mordor, or the Hunter system in Batman, the Arkham series. Also, more so to the point, is to do with Nintendo's patent with the Pokeballs in Pokemon games. So we're gonna have a discussion about that, and we will find out which of us are for it and which of us are against it, and our reasoning why for either. So there'll also be a few randoms popping here and there. Before I continue, I will apologize to those who probably been wondering what's going on. Because I had some people ask me, I think Lester asked, and who else was there? There was someone else as well. We're back now. Things should be very consistent once again. But technical difficulties do arise. Anyway, without further ado, we'll go around the round table, or I can call it a triangle, if you will. And we'll see how everyone's been, what they've been doing, and press forward from there. So, Sean, how you been? What have you done?
Yeah, I've been good. Of course, I've just been playing these games, and it just feels like a real crazy gaming season. It's been back-to-back games. Obviously, right now I'm really sucked into Dune Awakening, and before that had hit, I'd played the Oblivion remaster. I played obviously Ghost of Tsushima. I played what was that other one? Expedition 33. I completed Expedition 33. I almost forgot about that one, but that's another real standout game for the year. So yeah, I had been going in, and obviously I got my Switch too. I managed to just play like a couple rounds of Mario Kart World, but it's crazy because it arrived the same day as Dune, and I've just been so completely engrossed with Dune that the Switch has just been sitting there, and it's like the timing just couldn't have been worse for these two things to arrive on the same day. But yeah, obviously I'm going to go more into Doom when we cover that. But yeah, that's been me. I'm very excited of all the games that are going to be releasing this year, and I feel like I'm kind of being spoiled with game after game so far this year. So yeah, that's me.
So sounding good. Look at me. And, Carl, yourself.
Yeah, just been on the survival game genre lately. I just played Scum, which is a game that was released in 2012. We will talk about later. Enjoying that while I was waiting for Dune, and then one of my most anticipated games for this year was Dune Awakening. Yeah, very, very, very good game. Just been enjoying that. Like Sean, I played it on release. Like got the early access, so I've been thoroughly engrossed in Dune at the moment. I haven't done much else, to be honest with you, but I do need to see a few films. But I've been watching, I don't know if I said it the last time, I was watching Mobland, but yeah, so I signed up it's a free, 1 month free for Paramount at the moment. So if you want to watch it for free for a month, then it's there for you. But other than that, not much.
Can I just intercept there? Did you say you got Paramount free for a month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you remember? I think it was it maybe less than a month ago, maybe a month ago, I had mentioned that I was with Paramount for a year last year, and then it was from New Year's to New Year's of 2024 to 2025, and then when this year came, I cancelled it, and every week they were harassing, and they'd be offering me deals, and none of the deals really enticed me until they offered me a year for, I think it was £29.
Wow, a whole year.
Yeah, a whole year. And when I say what I've been doing, I'm going to bring up some of the stuff about that. But yeah, Paraman. One thing I'll say is this: pay attention to the emails when you unsubscribe to some of these guys, because they will come and keep going until they get you to just. And for me, it's basically a thing where make it reasonable.
Yeah.
Make it reasonable. Otherwise, I'm not signing up.
Definitely reasonable.
That's that to me. If they all did that, I'd sign up to all of them. If they all did that, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool, I can work with that.
Just meet me halfway, innit? Like,
you get me? Yeah. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. So yeah, I took it. And I'll cancel again. And if they're still in business, we'll see what they're doing. But yeah, sorry, continue. I just had
to. So yeah, just been doing that. Not much really else. I need to watch a few films, but yeah, just that really. So mine was short and sweet.
Okay. So now for myself, since the last time, which has been a little while, gaming wise, I've been back on Hearthstone. Hearthstone had an interesting update, so I've been enjoying that a little bit. I've been on the Switch One, playing the Switch One games. It's getting to the point where it's starting to tempt me somewhat, but we shall see.
The temptation's getting to you there.
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of Warhammer painting and modeling going on in that area, but that's for another conversation. But more so, I too have Paramount, and I've spent a considerable amount of time over the last 3 weeks watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I remember I did not like that show as a youngin'. She irritated me. The whole show, I just found it cool.
Wow, she wasn't really. She was quite stoic as a female character.
If you listen, again, I was a youngin', and that stuff just irritated me. I used to think, I can't bother with this. The vampire looked corny. Everything just seemed corny to me at that time. Now, as an older, I'm really, really appreciating how ahead of itself it was, and more so when I'm watching it with people, including my daughter. Watching it now, hearing what they say when they're watching it puts a smile on my face. And one of the comments I heard was, wow, everybody looks natural. And it just threw me. I was like, right, you know what? That's the point. I never really looked at it because everyone just looks natural. Nobody looks forced or pretense. And we're talking about...
Or cosmetically enhanced.
Like, from the hairstyles to the clothes. So I would say this year, I've really spent extensive time watching things that I've seen before or just, legacy stuff. And that's one thing with Paramount that I'm enjoying, the libraries that they have. And as I said before, when I was young, didn't really appreciate Buffy. I was more of an Angel fan. So I watched the Angel a lot. But Buffy didn't really do it for me. I'm watching her now. When people talk about the fact that there had been no female heroes and stuff like that, she's one that stands out. She's really cool. So if anyone has access to Buffy and has never seen it before, if you have seen it before, rewatch it. You probably be even more impressed than you have been already. And also, I was going through the older Mission Impossibles. I'm on Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, so that's the 4th one, which I haven't seen before. I'm halfway through that, and I'm watching a current show called Yellow Jackets. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm enjoying this show. And it starts in a way that I didn't realize it was going to go. And I think I'm on episode 6 or 7. I'll probably finish it soon. But that's how I've spent a considerable amount of my time, particularly with entertainment. So, I think, is there any questions with that? I don't think there is. You guys haven't got any questions about any of those things, have you? Not really?
Not really.
Nah. Okay. So without further ado, I guess we'll press on. And I think we will start with the GTA 6 trailer. Or the second trailer. And I think we'll start with you, Carl. You've seen the trailer, right?
Yeah.
All right. So tell me, what's your feeling on it?
It just seems like they've enhanced what they already have. You know what I'm trying to say? So in terms of like the detail, it's like I just want to dive into it. It's just it looks so much more detailed in terms of the different locations you see. The way they're kind of portraying the characters is very interesting in terms of especially the girl, because she seems she's very beautiful and everything, but she seems quite like she's quite hard as well at the same time. You know,
I hear that.
Yeah, it's just I think it's going to be very cinematic. I think it's going to be very story driven. Obviously, it's always story driven, but this one's going to be particularly like character wise you're going to get attached. I think you're going to get attached to the characters because I don't know, the way they do it. I think the way Rockstar do things in terms of the casting and the people that they put in the places, they do it like they're second to none. You know what I mean? So it's just got me hyped for it, man. But I don't think it's going to come obviously too soon. Is it this year? It's not this year.
No, it's May next year, they said.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a while away, you know. But yeah, I'm getting them, getting the hype vibes, you know. But yeah, I'm very impressed with it. To be honest with you, I just watch. It's just that I like attention to detail in things, and I just know that they've taken their time on this one. They ain't rushed it, you know. So yeah, I'm quite impressed.
I like that. Sounds fair. So, Sean, yourself with trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that, you know, obviously Rockstar always deliver with the technical aspects of their game. So I know visuals, the gameplay, the physics. I know that stuff is going to be top notch because they do tend to deliver. And, you know, GTA 5 really did set a bar in those areas. And I just imagine that they can only get better from there. But as for the story and the characters, this is the least interested I've ever been in GTA, story-wise. Like the characters don't appeal to me at all. Like they've got that whole Bonnie and Clyde thing going on, this sort of love story. Like you know things are gonna go well, then they're gonna go bad, and I can tell it's gonna go, you know. And then there'll probably be some surprises in there. You know, I mean, there's been I remember a time when I used to speak about because GTA 5 had the character switching. I was always like, it'd be a cool idea if one of the characters is a bad guy and the other's a cop, and you can play as, you know, you character switch from bad guy to cop and stuff like that. And then there's now rumors that that guy is an undercover cop, but we'll have to see if that actually comes to fruition. But yeah, like the story itself, like like for me, it's that love story is very unappealing to me. Like I look back across the old GTAs and I think about GTA 3, Vice City, and then GTA 4, and then GTA San Andreas, and then GTA 5. And I was like, it was much more gritty, much more like they're in a shit situation, they got to deal with it. Where this one's all like, sunshine and rainbows and love and happiness. And I'm like, nah, it's not appealing to me at all. So for me, it's like, the only thing I'm interested in this GTA is the online, which I know that's going to be really fun. But yeah, that I have no interest in playing that story mode at all. So I'm happy to wait for it to now come to PC because I'm like, I'm not interested in that story. So I'll just wait. But yeah, that was my feeling on it. I was not feeling that GTA at all, that trailer. What about you, Raph? How are you feeling about it?
So for me, the first time that I saw the trailer, I wasn't, I don't know, I think I was doing more than one thing at once. So I didn't really take on board just the scale or the scope of what was going on. Initially, I was like, you know.
Yeah, there wasn't much. Like, it was more they were showing the world in the first trailer. That's why there wasn't much about. They didn't show too much about the characters in the first trailer.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I'm referring to this one though. So, what I noticed watching this for the second time was the different kind. Because you know, most of the time, Rockstar won't show anything that you can't do in the game. They don't show things that don't happen, or they don't show things that are like not going to happen in the game. And I saw some real heavy, how do I make this make sense? So a heavy grasp on the Miami setting in itself, even the Miami life. So when people go Miami and they go to the nightlife, or when you think about Miami, if you think of have you ever seen Dexter? The Pearl Harbor.
Will Smith's Miami.
Yeah, so it's Miami. So Miami is like, it has that thing. Yes, it's very bright, it's very thing, but it's a very sinister undertone place. All vices go on there and such and such and such. With regards to the characters I see, the female, it seems to be a love story. You could tell there's probably a tragic love story at that. Mm-hmm. I still feel that you definitely play a third character that hasn't been revealed. I get that feeling because in the trailer there's a part where you see the police. And he's not undercover. I don't know if he's like a sergeant. He's got his badge around his neck. Reminding me of Training Day, Lonzo. And he's talking to his little gang. And then you see the camera shift where, I don't know if it goes first person mode or something, or they're doing a raid. And I was like, I really hope that that's playable. I really do. Because if it is, the dynamic of that would be impressive. And again, you know, they always get it spot on with the music. Shout out for using Pointer Sisters Hot Together. That is a serious old school throwback, you know, 80s song. So I did like that. That kind of got me smiling. But yeah, I'm optimistic, but I'm, you know, for me, it's a wait for PC, regardless how grand it may seem or how great it is. Yeah, so that's my take on the GTA 6 trailer. Moving on.
Are you saying you'll wait and see on it, or are you excited for it?
As it stands, there's definitely a wait and see with most things as usual. But with how Rockstar tend to release their products, the PC customer tends to have to wait if they want to play the game and don't have a console. And I have no problem with that. And to be honest, I don't even have a console to play on. So how you know what I mean? It's all very well me saying I'm not going to get it on console. On what console? I don't own any of them, so I wouldn't be able to.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is with GTA? Yeah? It's one of those games right now, you kind of know what you're going to get now. Like, do you know what before?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on?
Done it, yeah, you know, exactly.
Yeah, I don't mind the I'm not saying I'm hyped for the game. Like, oh my God, I need to get day one and all this. I'm not hyped for it. I'm just saying, like, it's growing on me, sort of thing. Like, the actual aspect of the game's growing on me, and I want to. I like optimistic like you guys, and thinking that obviously there's going to be some extra bit to the game in like another character, and also and obviously the multiplayer is like, yeah, that's the bread and butter for me as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm on that multiplayer from day one. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that, but like story, yeah, you know what I mean. It looks all right. I like the Miami setting as well. Like that's just like Vice City. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Kind of, I know it's colourful, but there's still, you know, some grittiness to it, you know. So that's.
Hey, sorry, guys. I have to do this. I really, really have to do this. Now, it might take me a little while, but I'm sorry to cut you up. I've been distracted by this. Have any of you lot ever seen? Now, this is a random for you. Have any of you lot ever seen Spaceballs?
Spaceballs.
It might ring a bell.
Wait, I think I'd.
Yeah.
There's no one reveal with that?
Yeah, no, wait for it. I'm getting to that because Spaceballs, I think, had John Candy in it. Yeah, like when it came out, it's an old school comedy. Anyway, they've just announced that there's a Spaceballs 2. Now, ironically, I'm pretty sure that song in the Grand Theft Auto trailer was in Spaceballs the film. But listen to this. As you're talking, I press the trailer and I'm just going to read out, right? I'm just going to read out what it says. Now, obviously, this is left here. But listen, just listen to this, right? So I'm going to read it out as it's playing. So I hope I'm nice and clear. 38 years ago, there was only one Star Wars trilogy. But since then, there have been a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, a sequel to a prequel to a sequel, countless TV spin-offs, a movie spin-off of the TV spin-off, which has born a prequel and a sequel, not to mention 2 Dune films, 7 Jurassic Park films, 2 Avatars plus 3 upcoming Avatars, making 5 Avatars, 36 MCU movies with 2 different Robert Downey Jr.'s, 1 DCU attempt, another DCU attempt, an animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King prequel, 8 Harry Potter movies, a TV series remaking the same 8 Harry Potter movies, a whole streaming service for Star Trek, 7 Alien movies, 2 of which were also Predator movies, not to mistaken for the 6 Predator movies that are not also Alien movies, 1 Prometheus, which is kind of an alien movie, 4 Beatles movies, and Oppenheimer.
Just laugh.
38 years, there's only ever been 1 Spaceballs. Hey, listen, that is funny.
That's crazy.
But that I believe Spaceballs was like a parody of sci-fi films back then, I think.
Oh yeah, ain't they recent How to Train a Dragon, the film?
Yeah, I think it's
yeah. There's an anime, live action.
A live action one, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it for everything, man. Like, the thing I don't like is that they're doing a live action Zelda. I really don't like the idea of Link being someone who chats and has a personality. It's going to be really weird.
But whoa. Who said he speaks?
No, I assume that's what they're going to do. So I can't see them doing a Zelda and he doesn't speak. I can't see it happening.
Well, I'll say this. There was a Zelda
But
cartoon.
Mario doesn't normally speak, and Mario speaks in the Mario movie. But that's animated, which is fine. But this is live action, so he's gonna speak.
Let me ask you this.
Live action Zelda.
Has it been confirmed? Is there a director? Is there a release date? What do we know?
For the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, the movie is happening. Yeah. The movie's
okay.
actually happening.
Okay, happening, but what do we know? Because loads of things we get told are happening, but what do we actually know? Who's the
No,
studio?
it's the same as when the Mario movie was confirmed to be happening. Like everyone knew about it, and then obviously it eventually came, and they confirmed that they're doing the Zelda one, but we don't know when it's coming. But yeah, they're doing the Zelda one. So
okay,
you know,
and it's live action. You say, right?
Yeah, live action.
Well, I am going to say this. I'm going to choose to be optimistic on that one. I'm going to choose to be optimistic because the world of Zelda being live action could be something special. And yeah, there's a lot goes on with Zelda. I'm going to choose to be until we see who, what, and why. I'll take optimism.
Yeah.
But the minute I see some crap, it will get.
I'm not. Yeah, like if it was animated like Mario, I think there's more of a chance for it being good. But live action, I think nah. I just don't see live action working well.
Oh yeah, and we've got that Predator Killer of Killers coming out as well. Shit,
it's out already.
Oh, it will.
Is it out already? Jeez.
Imagine this. I got 3 messages on Instagram yesterday. 2 messages from one guy, 1 message from another guy. And they're like, Raph, please tell me you started watching this. Please tell. And I'm like, I haven't touched it yet, but you two asking me about that. So I'm going to wait till probably I'm away and then I'm going to sit down and just watch it all. Because I think probably the reason why they asked is when I watched Prey, one of the first things I said was, you have got the potential to have the Predator turn up in any timeline, whether it's during the Vikings, whether it's during feudal Japan, whether it's during any of those times, and you've got a setting for something crazy. And it looks as though that's what they've gone and done with this Predators, Killers of Killers. They got one in World War II, they got one in, I think, feudal Japan, and then there's another episode. I don't know where it is, but it looks amazing. It really does look amazing. So I do look forward to getting into that.
Yeah.
So wait, where were we?
I think we just. I think we were talking about the GTA thing.
Oh yeah, so we moved on from that then, I assume.
I mean, since we went on to random, speaking of GTA, we could have spoke about the previous Rockstar devs having a crack at making their own
I don't
game.
know too much about this. You guys will probably have to converse on this one. I know that they were making the game, but I didn't know it came out.
So the one of the big heads of Rockstar who left, Leslie Benzie, I think his surname's pronounced. But yeah, he obviously headed a new studio called Build a Rocket Boy, is the name of the studio. And they've obviously gone and made their own game, a new IP called Mind's Eye.
That's it.
So the game they were like teasing for a while and like trying to drum up hype on a lot of mystery by not showing much. So they kept on teasing it, and then they just like launched the game. The game's out. They've not sent any review copies to any of the entertainment industry, which is fine, fair enough. You don't want to do that. But they were also like, they were them going into streamers thing and telling them not to stream the game until the official time of release, even though people are all in different regions. So there's a lot of things that are going on. But what's crazy about it, the game's launch, it's got a concurrent users on Steam or something like 2 or 3K players. Like, I think that's even lower than Concord. And it's just, and the game looks like, it wants to be GTA. They're basically showing a story. It's not a single player story, but then they're showing the multiplayer where you can make your own character and they can dress in all these different things. Like they'll showing like he's walking around doing all these different things when you can play that free mode. But it just looks incredibly generic, like a game that should have come out in 2005. Something like that. It just looks so generic. Like I just don't know what they were thinking.
You know what? It was also the programming. Like, I think there was a guy, he was shooting a guy, and the guy's like moving sideways, bro. Like he's moonwalking. Like, it's
it's buggy. It's a whole mess.
It's actually like everybody's saying it's a scam, innit? You know what I mean? They tried to scam people.
Damn, we're calling it a scam.
Yeah, they're actually calling it a scam. Like, yeah.
and the funny thing is, the guy Leslie himself goes, well, the negative sentiment going around. Someone's paid for this. Someone's paid for all this negativity that it doesn't make sense. But I know who. He's trying to insinuate that the Hauser has Dan Hauser, whichever one is still at Rockstar, has paid for people to be negative towards this game. Is what he's been insinuating. Obviously, he won't name him, but he goes, I know who has paid for the negative sentiment around the game. He's taking no accountability for the game being bad whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's got shooting and it's open world, everyone's going to love it. It's like GTA. It's like, that's not how it works. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane.
The thing is, reason why I got like my attention came to it is that it was just pushed in your face. Like, I was on YouTube and every other advert, especially for games, like any game, it would have that before the game. Like, they would have that mindset. It would. Yeah,
I don't never see no ads. So they were actually advertising it. So there was a big marketing campaign.
That's the only reason why I knew about it, because they were just advertising it. Like, I was thinking, what's going on with this game? I actually looked at it for a minute. I said, it looks so much. But I thought, do you know what I thought it was? I thought it was one of those. I don't know what. You remember those kind of
I thought it was like Watch Dogs.
Maybe Watch Dogs. You know what? I didn't even think it was like that. I thought it was like, you know, those games where it's like the films where it's like multiple choice.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Kind of like, and like, I didn't even think it was that far. Do you know what I mean? But then, yeah.
Oh, so you thought it was like a Detroit type thing?
Yes, that's it, Sean.
Yeah. Them sort of like story-based
selection. But you know what they were saying, though? They were saying this is a GTA 6 killer. So...
Is that what people were saying?
100%. Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad.
GTA 6 killer.
Yeah, they're trolling, man. They're trolling real bad.
Yeah, man.
That's bad. Because this just looked so awfully generic.
Crazy,
the character, obviously some Latino guy, and even him, he seems generic. Like, they didn't even think, all right, let's try. If you're gonna use a diverse character, make the diverse character interesting. He's so generic. He has a generic name like Diaz Santino or something like that. I was just like, oh my god, like, it's just super generic. I just don't know what they were thinking, but yeah. I know. The dev that left Rockstar, and obviously not to misquote Raph. I know Raph had concerns about the new GTA because some of the devs from Rockstar had left, some of the head players. But seeing that this is what they made, I think Rockstar's perfectly fine. I think
well, the thing is, as I said, it's some of them, not all of them. It's some.
Yeah.
So and I can't say which one and which didn't.
So Leslie, he worked on GTA 3, San Andreas, GTA 5.
Right.
So he had been there for all the and Vice City.
Worked on in what capacity?
Oh no, he was one of the lead devs. So he was up there with the Hauser brothers. That's why his name's so big, Leslie.
So
Leslie
he left them, and now he's made a trash game. There you go.
And that's what he's done. But he's saying Hauser has paid for the negativity. He did it. According to him, he hasn't made a
evidence. Does he have any evidence to that?
Of course not. He said that they've paid for it. He's insinuating that them guys have they're trying to cock block his game. Essentially, that's what he's saying.
Block the game. The game is trash, bro. Stop blocking the game, bro.
That's a damn.
And do you know who published this game?
Nope.
IO Interactive, the guys behind Hitman. I don't know what they were thinking by publishing this. Yeah, they're the publishers for this.
But they might have thought...
It's because they thought he would be the guy,
Yeah, they believed him. Yeah, they must know what he's doing.
They believed in him. Clearly.
They do, man.
Well, I hope that it ends up being something worthy, but, as it looks, it's very unlikely now. It's a shame for them.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to get out of the bottom of this negative sentiment. I can't see it. I can't see them making a recovery, to be honest. I mean, they added, like, what they had in it, they were showing off a create your own mission stuff. Like, you can go into editing and create your own mission. And I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do here, but the problem is you should have made the base game, the foundation of the game, really good first before you add a create your own mission stuff, because you've done this, but you spent time doing this where people could create their own missions, but you didn't make the base game good first.
Yeah.
So it's just a huge waste of development time that you've done. And so now the game's just being like, people are shitting on it. It's looking to, you know, obviously, luckily it's a single player game, so they don't have to worry about turning off the servers like Concord. But the game is obviously just going to be it's dead in the water. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it, you know, making any sort of recovery, to be honest. I'll go to the Steam charts right now. It's got 700 players playing it, and if you see it, it went from the maximum of 3,000. It's just sunk, and it's only been out a few days.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
Not good at all.
Mm.
So that's Mind's Eye.
Can you say to that? So I guess moving from there, then will take us to Dune Awakening, which has recently released to great fandom praise. I'm not sure what the numbers are, but from the feel of it, it seems like it's doing very well on Steam at the minute. Are either of you able to confirm this? And also, are you able to speak about your experiences with the game so far?
I'll let Carl go, because Carl said it's his most anticipated game, so definitely, man. Carl, let us know what you're thinking. How is Dune shaping up for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything I wanted, to be honest with you. It's one of the best survival games I've played. It's just because I'm a fan of the films as well. So the environment, the way they've made the environment is basically to the T of like how the film, how it should be. Like they've really put a lot of detail into the lore in the game. It is an alternate story to the film, so it's not exactly how it goes, but the way they've structured the story in this one is really good. I played I've played a lot of the game and gone through a finished the story, and there's a bit of feedback.
Yeah, Raph, you might need to mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I've completed the story, the actual main story, and I'm just doing all the side quests now. But there's so much to do in the game that you never feel like, I ain't got nothing to do, because there's always something to do. Yeah, like if it's work on your build or go into the deep desert, which is like the PvP zone where you can get the best resources. So, but you obviously have to be careful. You have to build up your character. So it's definitely like an MMO. The way they've mixed MMO and survival, I'm impressed with that as well, because I didn't know how they were going to do that and balance it out. But it's kind of like, it feels good, even though you don't feel too overpowered, but you don't feel, too weak at the same time. The game kind of progresses with the character. And also, it's got that survival aspect where you have to actually earn your vehicles. Like, so you have to go out and mine the aluminium to make your ornithopter, which is like a helicopter, but like their version of it. And it's really fun to fly that. And when you first fly it, you're like, oh my days, yeah. It's a different game now, because you start off with like a little buggy, and then there's a worm in the middle of the sand, and it's in between where you need to go. And it's like, when you first get that experience, it's like you're just scared all the time. You're just scared all the time. You can see.
I'm laughing because you say you're scared all the time, and even when you've got your copter, I went to land in the sand to go mine something, and then it started trembling, and it's like the worm is coming, and my heart started beating. I was like, the threat of the sandworm just never goes away. It's such a good.
It's such a factor in the game. It's so good. That's what I'm saying, Sean. This is why. I mean, I played Ark Survival, which has got the dinosaurs, and that's
but none of the survival games have something like this.
But none of them have got. This is. I've never had this sort of fear. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
It's real.
Because it's not even the fact that it's going to eat you; is that it takes all your shit,
all your shit.
one of my friends, because I'm playing with a few guys and we've made a little build, but one of my friends, he was trying to get to the base from the starting because he played a little later, and he died 4 times to the worm. Yeah. And I was like, what's going on? And he was like, no, I don't know what it is. He just hates me, bro. Every time I go in there, it just comes out and eats. Like he made his stuff 4 times and he nearly quit the game. It was like, no, this is brutal.
Messed up. It doesn't play around.
It don't play around.
So I'll tell you a situation that happened to me yesterday. Yeah. I'm playing with a guy. We've both gone we're in the deep desert. So we're in the deep desert. We're doing some of the stations in the PvE areas. There's some PvE areas in the deep desert and PvP. Yeah, so I've already got copter, but I'm standing on top of his copter while he's flying. So I'm standing on top of it. Yeah. We're going from place to place. So then he goes into the PvP zone. Because it loads it loads while the game's going. Like the way that they do their loading is while everything's still moving, so you're not getting a loading screen. Yeah. But we've gone into the PvP zone, and I might have loaded in before him, and I fell. I fell into quicksand. No. So I'm panicking. I'm like, oh shit! And the thing is like trembling. Like the worm is coming, and I'm like, oh my god, the guy's in the helicopter above me. I'm trying to grapple hook to the helicopter, but he's too far up, and he's like, no, I'm too scared. I'm not coming down. No, you need to come down. I'm jumping to try not get, because the quicksand is pulling you down, and I'm jumping, and the thing is trembling that the worm is coming, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm done. I'm done. I'm finished. And he gets the helicopter low enough so I can grapple to the helicopter and get onto it, and I was like, this is insane. It's crazy. It's like, if the world had got me, I would have lost so much.
Yeah. Something similar happened to me because I went out of the deep desert by myself, right? So I was going, trying to map it out because you can, obviously it changes every week. So I was trying to do it before it changed, right? So I'm going out to beat the, you know when you see the ships that crash into the...
we did one of those.
So there was one there, so I thought, let me go and check it. I went down, I heard the trembling, I said, nah. I jumped back into the ornithopter. I looked back, the worm came and ate the whole wreckage, bro, and went back into the sand, bro. And that would have been me. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, no, this game is nuts, bro.
It's actually nuts.
It is actually crazy. Yeah.
That sandworm mechanic that they put in the game
is one of the best things I've ever seen. And even when you're in the thing, you can see it just going into the sand and stuff like.
You see it.
Oh, mate, it's really...
reminds me of, remember them old school films of the worm? What they call that?
Tremors.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. Like, you have to stand on stuff. You don't want to be in the sand. It is literally, kids play this game when they're jumping on the bed. Oh, don't jump into the lava. This Dune Awakening is that. It's that game.
Yeah, it's got that element to it.
It's got that proper element to it. And no matter how powerful you get, even if you've got a helicopter, you're still going to be under the threat of the worm anytime you go on that sand to loot stuff, to get any resource. It's a dangerous ball game.
You kind of have to go on the sand to get the best resources.
You've got to go there. So they did it in such a smart way that you've got to go onto the sand to get stuff. And the sandworm is a big threat. So they do things like, if you don't activate your shield, you're less likely to...
because it doesn't cause... Yes.
And if you stand still, you're not causing too much problem. If you start moving, then you're attracting the worm. So it's like, it's got all this mechanic to it that it's not just like an unfair thing. It's fair if you're smart enough. You have to be smart enough and take your time with it and do it right, or else it comes for you.
Yeah. And the thing is, I just feel that that mechanic, they can make so much good stuff out of it in terms of like the PvP, because obviously you've got the thumper that attracts the worm. So obviously you've got this limited time, like you could have obviously a limited time to do whatever you need to do, and before the enemy team like summons the worm. And I think that's what they're going to do. I saw some like a little dev videos, and I think they really had that in it, and it's just going to be crazy. But
you got to slowly.
Oh, what's this? Hey, Raph, we're hearing them.
So sorry. Keep getting this.
Yeah, man. But that's my experience with Dune, man. Dune's been a really enjoyable game. I think it is, like you say as well, I know Sean's been playing with someone as well, but playing with other people as well has made the game a bit more enjoyable as well. So in terms of like experience and things, but also I play a lot solo as well. So it's got such a good balance, man. It's just a really good balance.
It does, because you can progress, because I progress quite a lot on my own.
Yeah, I just progress on my own.
Yeah,
I didn't really,
so I was playing solo all up until just 2 days ago. That was 2 days ago is when I started actually playing with someone.
Yeah.
But I've been doing solo all up until that point.
Because I mean, we started the guild, but
Yeah.
you know, people was at different levels. Like, you know, people were just starting, some were a little bit further on. So everybody was pretty much playing on their own anyway. And obviously you're doing different stuff. So some people were working on reputation, some people were working on their contracts, some people were working on their builds, and it took different places, you know? So yeah.
I'm very surprised how much content it has.
Because
you know, you got the main quest, but then you got all these like contracts you can get to do all these other side quests.
Today I was on it the whole day, just trying to like level up my sword master to max. So just doing all the quests and
the class quests.
But the class quests are even just quests on their own. Do you know what I mean? They've got their own dialogue, their own characters,
stories, their own thing going on.
Yeah, it's really good, man. I'm really enjoying it.
So I was really shocked about that. The amount of content that's in it already for this base game. And then if you go to the deep desert, then you see that they've got a whole lot of stuff going on there, and a whole different mechanic is going on there because they've got that massive sandstorm that wipes everything there. So imagine, Raph, there's an area where people create bases to get the best resources, but every week a sandstorm wipes everything there.
And it's like
you're living on an edge.
I think what happens, and I think there's a few.
Wild, man.
I think there's a time after that sandstorm where you can actually raid their bases, because it weakens their bases. You can go in there.
I heard about that. Yeah. So this and that thing is optional, by the way. So you're not forced to have to do that.
No. It's totally different.
It's optional, because your main base is always safe in the main area out of the deep desert. But the deep desert is like an optional. Yeah, if you want to create a base here as well, because you can have multiple bases. You create one there, you know the base is only going to be there 1 week, but this is the area we can get the best resources. So you're using that time. You got to use that time wisely to try and pile up the best resources you can get.
But also the threat of the worm, but it's threat of other players as well.
Yeah, because, so you're not just
because I was flying, and it was a dude.
I got killed by me and this dude got killed by a dude in one of the PvP dungeons.
Yeah, I know.
No, he came in, he shot we were stuck in
a
testing station. There's a testing station where it does this horde mode thing.
It
shuts the door and then it starts summoning mobs. And we were battling that, and we were like, oh shit, we're under geared for this. And then a player comes in and shoots a rocket at me, blows me up, kills me. I was like, and then he did it to the guy I was with, and we were like, oh, okay, we're definitely under geared. Because we're not on that level. We haven't unlocked the rocket launcher yet. That just shows how much progress. I didn't realize I'm level 72. I haven't unlocked the rocket launcher yet. Like, there's still so much to progress in the game. It's actually insane.
100%. I got chased by someone with an attack on.
Is it? Did you sit with the rockets at you?
Yeah, but the thing is, the what I've learned, the scout one is faster than it. So I was driving, I got away and I just boosted away from him. But bro, I just turned around and went out, but straight out, bro. I was like, no, this is crazy.
He said that. So what level you are? Are you past aluminum now? Are you on durarium?
Yeah, are you
on the platinum?
Yeah, I'm on the last
name
one.
is so crazy.
I'm on the last.
Platinum. Are you on platinum now?
No, plastinium, I think it is.
Yeah, plastinium,
Yeah, because I'm about 100. What am I? 100 and something, 112 or 100 something. I can't remember. Yeah, because I've been doing all the flipping side quests, bro. Like everything. Yeah. And because you get items from it as well. I've got so many good weapons and stuff. I've got I've got a heavy machine gun. I've got a sniper rifle that poisons the people. I've got I've got so much stuff.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I heard that it's worth doing the end of all the class quests because you'll get given a special weapon.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm like, I do need to complete
some really
complete mine.
Oh, they're like proper good ones. They're good, and I want them to go into the deep desert with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And what I like with this one is that they don't have any of that wipe mechanic. Like they're not going to wipe your character and your progress every time there's a new season. This is what I like, that they have that MMO aspect to it, that your progress is forever saved, and it's like you will just keep growing with the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of the survival games, they don't get that. A lot of them love to just try and wipe your character every time they push new content. Let's wipe everything. Let's start again.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They got the balance right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got a fear of losing stuff, but even when you die, you don't lose everything. You know what I'm saying? So
and the sound, you know, even if you lose all the stuff you got on you, you know that you go to your base, you got everything. You might
It's just an inconvenience.
Inconvenience.
That's all it is.
But the threat of it makes it exciting, because it's like when that worm comes, or you're seeing the sand move because he's moving underneath it. It's like your heart starts racing.
The way they've done the sand in this game, I swear, it's crazy. I swear they've made obviously the sand is the most important.
Can I ask a question? Yeah, because I hear you guys talking and you're having fun, and it sounds like a real fun game. But could you maybe elaborate on like the different houses that you can choose and classes, and is there special abilities for joining certain things? Is there anything like that? Faction abilities, race abilities, class abilities, stuff like that?
Yeah. So obviously there's two factions. There's a trading. There's trading at the moment.
There's a third one coming.
This is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, because there's actually six. There's actually in the lore. There's actually 6 factions in total.
Right.
But I think the next one that's coming is Fremen. So it's the Sand people. But they've only got 2 at the moment, which is Atreides and Harkonnen. And
that's the one.
And you don't really get anything special, because I've got to the max level in Atreides, and you don't get anything special.
It's the cosmetics, isn't it?
No, but even the cosmetics, you get this. You can get. I've got the Harkonnen stuff as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wait. So let me ask.
There you go.
So the Harkonnen don't have any specific like racials or anything like that?
No.
We've got class abilities is where your stuff is. Your class abilities is where it's at.
Hold on. Again, get me. So there is no racial traits. Like, so say for instance, if you pick a Harkonnen, there isn't any kind of passive or anything.
No.
Like
but
that.
what it is, yeah. This is why they do it. Okay, so that is actually a good question, Raphael.
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to say is that there's this thing called the Landstrat, yeah? Right. And your faction, if your faction controls a certain like areas of this Landstrat, which is like a chart of different things you can capture in the deep desert or doing stuff, right? And at the end of it, if you get a line or going across, or you get most of the capture points, you get a special boost for your faction. So you'll get like 25% less materials, or, you know, when you're crafting, you know, you have to, or you'll get like more damage when you're doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. I get that. Kind of like something I remember they used to do that in what was it? What was the first expansion for Craft? Not Warlords. Look at me, Warlords of Draenor. You know that is not the first expansion of Craft, but whatever. The first expansion of Craft had something similar like that. If you control somewhere, your faction will get something.
Burning Crusade, didn't it?
Yeah, that's it. But my way it was just basically clarifying or unclarifying, just to be sure. So, you know, sometimes people will make a choice in a game, and sometimes what can push them over the edge is a racial ability, or because you'll always have your aesthetics. So sometimes people are, nah, man, I just love the way that looks. They'll play for that. Or sometimes people will say, no, I really like the fact that, you know, the Night Elves have a 1% increase to, I don't know, agility or something like that. So that's basically what I'm looking at. But yeah,
they've reserved all of that for the schools of the class. So, like, you know, at the school that Bene Gesserit, they are also like a faction. So a lot of those schools, they're like factions themselves.
Faction again.
Yeah, but the thing is, the faction can use it.
So remember, in the early days of Craft, they used to do that, but I think they may have slightly removed it or moved it completely now. But the humans had a percentage with they could use swords better than every other race.
But weren't the humans one? Oh no, that was what?
Yeah, that was a passive that they had.
Now, wasn't the humans one? You couldn't stun them or something. You had that thing.
No, I think that was dwarfs. I think it was dwarfs.
He's thinking about the human, the human racial. The human racial abilities to remove stun.
That's
Really
it.
done.
Yeah, that's right.
But
That's
yeah,
right.
no, but
They
they,
had a
they also
built-in,
had a thing
they had
for
a built-in,
swords. And,
what do you call trinket, didn't they?
Yes.
That one for
Yeah,
them.
they did.
Yeah, so that's
yeah.
so. This is what I'm saying. I'm a real, like, for me, those concepts of stuff like that, they just really like get me. And you know this from even like in Warhammer, Carl. You see every race has its own racial thing that just identifies them.
Oh, 100%.
So when I'm looking at games, particularly in I'm always looking at, all right, what does that race do that that race can't do?
Yeah.
So that's basically what I'm not factoring. I'm
Yeah,
not
but yeah.
race.
It's because you got to remember that the House of Atreides and the Arkham is a political party,
Yeah, it's all
essentially.
political.
That's their political. So they're not a race. They're just political.
And the thing is,
Like you're either in that political party, and you can betray them as well. So you can betray your party and go to the other side.
because it's not like because it's not like all out war though. It's not like all out war. It's like
it's politics and colonization.
that's right. And
Politics and colonization.
That's right. Yeah. It's not really like it's not all out war like when I on site sort of thing.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not Mord versus Lights. It's not that.
Yeah. It's just like a political sort of thing. Yeah, the way they've done it. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't necessarily hate each other. They even work with each other.
Yeah, but the thing is, because the thing is, when I went to Atreides, the guy goes, you've chose that side, yeah, but we'll see, we're still open to you. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Because they're not an enemy. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
on site with them. It's not.
Yeah. He's like, all right, cool. You don't know what I'm saying? Like, I see you, man. I see you.
No, they've done a real good job. Like
amazing job.
And the thing that you have here is you got these classes, but you're not locked into a class. You can get abilities from other classes and basically build your own type of class based on how you want to play the game. And that's what's really great about it. It's that freedom of expression.
Yeah, because
Dune's giving you.
Yeah, because I made like a Bene Gesserit swordmaster. So like I teleport behind people and do all that. And you can make be a bit of trooper in it. So you got the grappling hook from the trooper.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Voice control as well. Yeah, man, the game's made good. But sorry, Sean. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think your turn was, but I think we've kind of done a tandem.
Oh, no, it's cool. Yeah,
we kind of done it together. So
I've said what I need to say. I mean, the game is like really great. They've done a really good job here, and obviously the developers are Funcom. These are the guys who had made Age of Conan back in the day.
Yes.
I remember when that came out, I couldn't even run the game. I had it on the lowest settings, and it was still running like 10 FPS.
Yeah.
I think Raph was probably the only person who could actually play it somewhat.
When did that come out? When that came out?
Age of Conan. Oh my God, that is years
Age of Conan
ago.
was years ago, wasn't it?
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, and then
2008.
Yes, and then they released Conan Exiles after that.
Then they did Conan Exiles.
Yeah, Age of Conan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was
far.
Bro, I couldn't run that game either, bro. I was like 2 frames per second.
Yeah, mate. I was not able to run that game.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Raphael be playing. I'm like, man, I can't play it. And I'm trying. I can't run it. I can't run the game. Raphael be like, why are you playing?
Sean, was it not using the Crysis engine or something?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, the Crytek engine. I couldn't run it, man.
Crysis was crazy to run. Yeah, that was not.
Jakona was, it was just way ahead of its time. That was the problem.
Way ahead. Is that Far Cry engine, man? That's a mad age.
Yeah, the Crytek engine.
Yeah,
man. So Funcom been around a long time, and they're obviously showing that they understand how online games should be, and that experience is shown in this game, because I'm very shocked at how much they've put into this game. Because initially, obviously, I had before it launched, I was having my concerns. Well, before the beta happened, I was like, I'm not sure if this is going to really deliver what they're showing. I need to actually play it. And then when I played the beta, I was like, okay, these guys.
You know what? Sorry, I know we're going a bit long about this, but do you know what it really reminds me of? It's got so many games in it. It's got a bit of Mass Effect in it, yeah, and it's got a bit of I don't know if they may have made a Star Wars game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of because obviously, Dune is very similar. Like it's a similar thing to Star Wars, but it's got like so much.
Especially with the Bene Gesserit, you feel like a Jedi.
100%.
You definitely feel like a Jedi.
That's why I'm thinking, bro. I've got Bene Gesserit and Swordmaster. I feel like a Jedi, bro. Just controlling people and tricked, and then
it's crazy.
it's sick.
You do feel that. So yeah, no, they've done a good job here. So I'm excited for the future of what like their expansions are going to look like.
Because
when they add like expansion, that's going to be crazy.
Because apparently, obviously, there's 5 factions and they're on different planets as well. So there's going to be different planets to go to as well. So it's not always going to be sand. It's going to
I heard about the next environment that's going to.
Yeah, the next one's the ice environment, and then there's like a rainforest environment. There's a sea environment. It's just crazy, man. There's going to be loads.
And it'll be interesting when they bring more like animals and beasts, wild beasts to the world.
What's the classes like? Is there like a tamer, a hunter, anything like that?
No, because the thing is, like Sean was saying, there's like, I think there's 5 classes, right?
I can link I could sell him the classes. So there's the Bene Gesserit, as you've seen in the movies, the people who have like the voice powers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You've got the Trooper, obviously someone who can use a grappling wire, or a gun. He's basically a gun specialist.
He's got bombs. He's got like gravity.
He's got gravity stuff. Yeah, like this is Raph's alley. Raph likes this type of guy, the Trooper. And then you've got the Sword Master. So this is obviously a guy who's very melee focused. He's got crazy combat abilities, like he can flip with the swords and do all this craziness.
Yeah,
so there's a Sword Master.
Bullets and stuff like that as well. Yeah.
You've got a planetologist, a guy who focuses on understanding the environment, can do all the best mining and get the best materials. And like he does all this stuff. There's a mentat, a person whose thing is poison. Like, like in the movie, there was the poison tooth thing. So the mentat specializes in poison and being able to like throw things that will poison areas, and it's like they can throw a little drone that they can guide towards their enemies and explode. So that's the mentat. Am I forgetting one?
That's it, I think.
Is that all of them?
Yes, all of them.
I feel like I'm forgetting one. Yeah, so that's what comes to memory. But yeah, those. I think that was the 5 classes, right? I think that's
that's all of them. Yeah, Planetologist, Trooper, Bene Gesserit, Swordmaster, and
Planetologist and a mentat.
That's it, mentat.
Yeah. So they've all got their trees. So they've all got abilities on their trees, techniques.
Right.
So like you've got passives, you've got active abilities, and you can mix and match what you like. You can build the class you want to build, and have the ability from any of the trees. Obviously, you've got 3 active abilities you can use and 3 active passives you can use. But there's also I'll probably get it wrong. There's 3 techniques which are like you can have these active techniques, and then you can have passives from the trees from any of the classes that you can think. Obviously, you've got a limited amount of skill points, so you need to choose wisely. You build what you want to build, but it's just got so much freedom. It's like,
and you can't just respec when you can only respec every 2 days. So like,
okay.
It's every 2 hours. I think I saw. I did the respec recently.
Huh? No, it's every 48 hours.
Is it 48 hours?
Yeah.
I thought mine say 2 hours. But yeah, because I respec twice now. I've respec twice.
No, every 48 hours. You must have done it before, and then it must have been the
yeah, but the respec is free as well, so you don't need to worry about it.
Free, but you can't just respec all the time. But what are you gonna say about the taming? They're actually adding taming to the game as well.
Okay.
But the taming is gonna be in a deep desert, so that's gonna be another aspect of thing. But yeah, they're gonna add taming to the game as well. So there's loads of things coming to the game.
Yeah, loads of stuff coming, man. Because imagine the Freemen, they specialize in riding sandworm. So can you imagine they've already talked about that aspect, because people have obviously been asking because of the movies. So they're talking about that being some of the future content that's going to come to the game. Being a sandworm.
I heard that you can actually kill the sandworm and you get like this special this dagger from it or something that's like, I don't know.
Really?
But
That's wild.
Yeah, you can actually kill it.
That's wild, yeah. But obviously, we've got to remember there's multiple sandworms, but that's really cool.
One, and then it gives you something, but yeah.
I mean, we've gone on about Dune Awakening a lot. Obviously, for us, it's something we're very much enjoying. Like, it's made me put all other games aside. Like, I'm just every day I'm like, when I've got time to actually jump in, because it's not something that I can just put on for 5 minutes. Like, if I sit down, I've got to know I've got at least an hour. I've got to know like what I can dump on. But yeah, no, it's it's they nailed it with this one. So yeah, it'll be great to see what the future holds for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rockstar, did you say you watched it? You were a fan of Dune movies. Did you watch the old ones as well, or just the new
only
ones?
one old one.
There's only one. Is from time ago. Actually, there was one day.
There was a series as well.
There's some one that flopped, isn't there? It actually flopped.
Yeah, and then there's a series.
And there's a series as well. But yeah, I've been a fan of that from day.
Yeah, no, Dune's fantastic.
Yeah. Suppose we will go on to the main topic.
That's right.
Right there, game design patents.
Correct. So, for those listening, I'm not sure. I think I did say this at the beginning, but I mentioned some examples of game design, as in game design exclusivity. So, I'm trying to think of the most popular games. So,
well, obviously, Pokemon is a massively popular game.
Yeah, Pokemon's a massive one. But here's one for you. So patents for game designs can include, believe it or not, the game mechanics, the interface designs, and the software code, but not the entire game experience can be patented, obviously. But we will try to get into this a bit more heavier with examples of games using or, displaying an example of that. So as you just brought up, Pokemon with the Pokeball. Now, the reason this topic has come up is because Nintendo, I believe, is in the process of suing
Power World, yeah.
the creators of Power World, which is an extremely successful game of last year, which has a very similar system to the Pokemon games. However, I'm pretty sure, don't they have machine guns in Power World?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So they have all kind of machine guns and whatnot else. But the one thing that no pun intended there, but Nintendo were triggered by the fact that they have a very similar system to the way you catch the creatures in Power World to the way that you catch the creatures or the Pokemon in Pokemon, which is with a spear ball that you throw, shakes on the floor, and the creature goes into the ball where it's held until you shake it and throw it out again. Now, that's been defined as a game mechanic. Now, some people are not for that and some people are for it, not many. We're here to discuss that because there are a few other games, as I mentioned in the beginning. Batman Arkham Knight having its own design, and I'm not sure if it's patented, but I have a feeling it is. And it's called the Hunter system, I think. And the
Shadow of Mordor
have the Nemesis
system, yeah.
And I'm sure there's others. I'm sure there are others. But right now,
I mean, the Nintendo one is very interesting because they only applied for the patent after Power World was released. They didn't have the patent beforehand.
It's after Power World became an extreme success.
Yeah, and that's the part that's obviously angered gamers because you didn't have the patent beforehand. You applied for it after Power World's release, and now you're suing them for it. And it's actually crazy that they can get away with that, but they have a lot of power, a lot of sway because they're suing them in Japan. If it was in America, they'd probably have thrown it out because they'll be like, "No, you're taking the piss." But in Japan, obviously things work differently. And,
so the question is, with that being said, Sean, are you for game patents or not?
No, I don't think game mechanics should be patented because I think there are loads of games where people have taken ideas, and we see it a lot with the Souls series going on right now. Right now, Souls is probably the most mimicked genre game mechanic I've seen in recent years, where everyone's got the respawn all the enemies at a checkpoint, where you rest and it restores your health potions. It revives all the enemies you've killed.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that really a mechanic, though?
Yeah, that's a game. That's what the people always call it as a Souls mechanic. Yeah, because it really kicked off with Demon Souls and with Souls games.
That mechanic, it's not really gameplay though, is it? You don't.
Yeah, it is because it's a gameplay mechanic because you've just killed these enemies and now they've been respawned because you chose to rest at a checkpoint.
Yeah,
Games have always had checkpoints, but they don't respawn enemies.
The games have always had checkpoints.
Yeah, but they don't respawn the enemies. They've made it a game mechanic.
That happens in certain games.
Yeah, I think that does happen. But I think, do you know what I would say?
Souls. I think with Souls mechanic is probably more to do with how you actually have the combat in the game, I'd say. And more so...
There's multiple aspects to it, but that's the most recognizable thing. Like, straight away, because fighting a monster, they had that in Zelda. They had that in multiple games.
Let me just say this to you now. When people are looking at a plethora of trailers for games over the last 5 years, when they're calling it a Souls game, it's not respawning enemies and checkpoints they're seeing. It's how you're playing the game in
Yeah.
I would say,
and how you use the healing potion. It's always the same. It's like you chugging a drink. They do that. Everyone copies that from Souls as well.
Yeah, but I would say with a Souls like I think it's more to do with the actual camera, the actual way where the
third person.
Exactly, that kind of. Yeah. You know.
I do.
The camera, I don't know, because I think third person, a lot of games have the same camera.
No, but it's the way that the game, it's like, it's that closer. It's a bit like how Resident Evil has that kind of, that same kind of third person, but it's closer. It's you're closer to the character. You can't really see too much. And that gives you that kind of, that kind of view on the game. It's like very close behind the character, That's what I feel. Because I play obviously the Souls genre, and I think I can see when a game's trying to be like it. But I wouldn't like. I agree with Raph on that aspect. I wouldn't put it to the checkpoint part of the game. I'll put it to the actual way it looks. The way it actually. Some
of them are so like cheaply done.
And then it's obviously the thing is the bosses having phases. The way they do that. That's just something that a lot of
I can get that.
The bosses.
Yeah, I get that.
However, though, I think I could be wrong here, but I think the old Metroids did that as well. The old Metroid games.
I know. Like the thing is, Souls ain't doing anything really brand new. They've just really taken things that have existed and just like Battle Royale games did.
It's like the industry said, Souls.
Yeah. Like Last Man Standing was a game mode in games many years before Battle Royale. You know what I'm saying? Like, but some people come and refine the mechanic.
But you can't really patent that. I know. I can see how Pokemon can patent the fact that you catch the creature in the ball and you hold it in the ball. That was their thing. That's their thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, but we catch animals in real life and put them in stuff.
Yeah, but not the way. Yeah, but even the way the ball,
not in a made up.
Yeah, but it's the spear. Like it having a spear and then doing that, like throwing a spear and catching things.
Yeah, exactly. That is Pokemon. That when you see that, it's Pokemon. So that's how I can see that.
But the crazy thing is that they didn't patent it before Power.
Yeah, because they're arrogant, bro. They didn't think anybody could do anything with that. They're thinking, "Hey, Power guy, they ain't doing that."
20 million sales, and they're like, no.
Yeah, they weren't thinking no one's going to do nothing with that.
Yeah. And the crazy part is that obviously the trial is happening. Power have had to make changes to their game because of the trial going on at the moment, where you can't throw the ball to summon a monster now. You summon the monster and it just appears next to you. They can't throw the ball to summon a monster. So they have removed that mechanic because of the Nintendo trial that's going on. So you can still catch the Pokemon with the ball. So they haven't removed that. So that means that Japan is not allowing them to have the company remove that out of the game. But now they can't throw the ball to summon a monster because that's Pokemon's thing.
Basically, they're just trying to get money off because they think.
I think they want to remove it from existence. The way they're going.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they want to shut it down. Yeah,
they want to
shut it down. Yeah,
shut it down.
Yeah, they don't want to shut it down. Yeah, they don't want no competition.
Wow.
They don't want.
Nope, we don't want you to exist.
Wow.
And it's what they call monopoly. Apple, Google, a lot of these companies are doing that, and they're already facing trials about monopolies because it's what happens when these companies get so big. Because they have so much money, they can bully any little company that tries to do anything that they do or tries to replace something they're doing. And it's bad. It's bad for the industry. That's why I don't like
Yeah,
it.
but how
I
come?
don't like monopolies.
Yeah, but why didn't? Okay, Diablo like, yeah, that's a monopoly. No, Diablo like, yeah, because remember,
I tried to use that line and it was funny.
yeah, Diablo like, that's a painting, isn't it? Like the Diablo like, rogue like, Diablo like, it's all those type of. That's a painting, and this guy.
No, they're not patterned that. That's just the.
No, but that's something that you could pattern that Diablo like, because Path of Exile made that game off of Diablo, of this Diablo 2. Do you know what I'm saying? So they made their game. They just tried to make a better version of it. And then obviously, you know.
So, Sean, you.
The Torchlight. There's been loads. Green Dawn. There's been loads of games.
You are not in agreement with patents, right?
Yeah, no, because like seeing what's happened to the Nemesis system, Warner Brothers patent.
I am. So let me say this: I am for it, but there is, for me, I'm for it with rules, and those rules are rules. If you patent,
I know what yours is. Yeah, I know what yours is.
A system in your game, that system can be licensed out. Also, you don't hold a monopoly on that system as long as you're making a game using that system at least every 3 years. So every 3 years, you have a game that uses that system. Otherwise, you lose that system. That's what I feel. So with the Nemesis system, it's been what? Is it almost 10 years now?
Yeah.
That's out there for everyone to use now. With the Batman system, when's the last time we had a hunting system game?
But this is why the patent's bad, because no one can now. Because Warner Bros. Own it.
Paying attention to one part of what I said. I said
but you say
ads.
It's got an expiry date. It's got an expiry date. Yeah, that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and funny thing, they do.
Let me speak. I do believe if you spend the effort, the time, and the creative brain cells to make something, you should hold a level of ownership over it. But in the capitalism that we are in, there would also be a level of, okay, I created it. It's down to me. It's my responsibility to make sure that I use this creation that I've made. And if it's every 3 years, if it's every 5 years, whatever it may be, I don't just leave it there to rot. Because there's some great things come out of the Batman game. But you're telling me I haven't seen anything from it again for so long. And it's the same with the whole Mordor. It's always
that system's so good, man.
Exactly. There's other creatives out there who could do amazing things with that. Yeah, and in fact, just put it this way. That's where you could then have things like, all right, Souls could evolve by maybe taking a Nemesis system, licensing out the Nemesis system into their Souls game.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Licensing out the Hunter system into the new Wolverine game. You know, things like that. The Blade game. That's where you open up the door. Like how Unreal license out their engine, I feel that the same that way too.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it should be that.
I like that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking online. What they say is averagely you could have a patent for 15 years. Like you have to renew it every 15 years on average.
That's too long though, man.
It's too long.
I don't think all patents should be the same though. It depends. Like, so don't think.
Oh no, there are different ones. So
I think for gaming,
patents, design patents, plant patents. Yeah, but the design patents for the gaming ones are 15 years.
That's too long.
It's too long, man.
Way too long.
It's too long.
15 years. That's like
15 years.
That's like two consoles.
That's a generation of a child's life.
Yeah, man.
Come from born to bloody 15. That's mad. That's a massive. It's too long. Yeah, if it was down to 3 years, that'd be much better. Much better.
3 years. I think 5 years. 5 years is a decent one. 5 years is a decent time.
You know, and the thing is about the patents is that I feel it stifles the creativity, because if someone's got a really good idea with a mechanic you have in your game, and they've got an idea to utilize it in a different way, for what game would be their design?
Yeah, but that's what
they then can't do it because you've got the patent on it. So that game never gets.
Yeah, but that's where. I think that's where Raphael's saying. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about right now how things are at the moment. The problem that it stifles creativity.
Right now, it's not good. I agree, it's not good, and it should be changed. In all honesty, because this is why we have the situations like we said. The two most prolific ones is the Nemesis system and the Batman Hunter system. It is tragic. And imagine this, right? You're Warner Brothers. You have quite a few IPs that could make use of that Hunter system from Batman. Do they use it? No.
And then, you know what? They are making a Batman game, and I imagine they're probably going to use the Nemesis system for that. Because apparently Rocksteady, they're going back to making Batman.
Sean. I'm sure they are, but the relevance of that. Listen, the DC franchise has been sullied now.
Desecrated.
Yeah, it's been racked and ruined. The branding of Batman doesn't even hold up like I used to. Like you mentioned Batman, okay. Have you not seen what they've done in the last 3 years to that IP as a whole? You look at the Joker, Folie à Deux. You look at Suicide Squad, complete and utter.
They did that Batman movie. You lot all like that new Batman movie.
What Batman movie was that?
The guy from Twilight. You forgetting him? You forgotten about him already?
No, how can I forget him? I said what they've done. Doing one Batman film does not equate to one good Batman film is not enough.
And also they've got the Penguin TV show. You liking that as well?
Fantastic. Not enough. So, you know,
it's not all the way dead. There's some good things coming out.
I didn't say it's all the way dead. I just said it's not in the position it was in. This is an IP of what? Nearly 100 years old, 90 years old, and is in the worst position it's ever been in. Worst position it's ever been in. And yeah, it got so, I mean, it stood up. The Batman trilogy stands up as amongst the greatest games of all time. That's where it stands. And look at it now.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty somewhere, just sitting there. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man. Oh, to be fair, they didn't release another Batman game from the trilogy. It was all those spin-offs in it. So they haven't done that
because why? The main guys behind the game were forced to go and do something else, and they left the company and said, "Hey, you know, we're out of it. You want to do Suicide Squad, and you want to do Suicide Squad that way? Nah, that ain't for us. We're gone." And they proceeded to leave.
Yeah. I mean, you know, this is the thing, man. Like, obviously, Warner Brothers has it. Apparently, that rumored Black Panther game from EA was going to be using a Nemesis system. Apparently. So they obviously, EA must have spoken to Warner Brothers and licensed it, because obviously EA's got money like that. But obviously apparently the game was just taking too long to make, and EA just shut it down.
So cancelled.
Yeah, shut it down, cancel. I mean, I don't, even when it was announced, I was like, yeah, you lot are just trying to jump on the hype of Black Panther, but I don't know why anyone would want a Black Panther game when, you know, his power set is very similar to like Spider-Man without the web slinging. But it's like it's not really anything unique in that regard.
No.
So I don't know where it was going to really fit. I'm Batman.
While this thought is in my mind, I must present this now, because I was going to save this for another time. But you mentioned Black Panther, and recently there's been some controversy with the Marvel character.
I didn't realize it was coming until now. I was like, oh, damn.
That's right. And
that's right.
What I'll say to this is this. I'll be speaking to those who are listening, and I'm assuming most of you listening now, and have got this far into the episode, will be familiar with a particular episode from this podcast, which was titled "A Private Conversation Made Public," where 3 of us at the time had a conversation about this very same thing that's happening now, and it was with regards to diversity and representation. And one of the people in the conversation, that would be Terrence at the time, was adamant on more black faces the better. And obviously, I wasn't really for that, because I knew, or I had a feeling what the consequences of that would be. That if us as a community were always there begging and pleading for versions of established characters in our own image, eventually it's going to go around and turn the other way. So we had our situations from then, and since the day of that podcast, we've had the Black or Doctor Who, we've had the Little Mermaid has become also had her race swapped. We recently had Snow White looking nothing like Snow White, and the list goes on till eventually we get to the point of now. And Black Panther has a son. And his son is white with blonde hair and blue eyes. And this is currently happening in the comic run as we speak. And as you would expect, Marvel fanatics have gone crazy about it. Now, I, for one, I absolutely don't care at this point because it's become part and parcel of what goes on. But you could say it's ironic. You could say, oh my gosh, how could they do that? But how could they not do that with everything that goes on? So, as it stands, Black Panther has an adopted son. Jeez. He has an adopted son. I can't remember his name. I think his name is Tatima or something. But yeah, he adopts him and he challenges him from the throne, and I believe he killed him or something. And, all those memes about Ryan Gosling and that. Listen, we're not in a Twilight Zone. That's a possible reality that Ryan Gosling could eventually play a version of the Black Panther. That's where we go. So shout out to all those guys who are jumping up and down and begging for Black James Bond. You got this first,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that actually reminded me, because you imagine it happened and it just left my mind. I was like, oh yeah, whatever. But you mentioned the Black Panther game, brought it back to me.
Yeah, this is just insane. That's I've heard so many things about the comic runs and the weird things that they've done, like what was it, Asian Hulk and stuff like that. And then it seems like they experiment so much in the comic scene. I suppose that's what I call it. So I don't even know what to expect next from them, because they seem to just be trying all sorts of things. It feels like they just throw things at a wall and see what sticks. So I mean, for me, I think Marvel's been tarnished so much by everything Disney's been doing.
Yep.
At this point, they probably need the full reset that James Gunn is doing to the DC universe. They're just resetting it completely. But
speaking of DC universe, have either of you seen the Superman trailers?
Yeah. I mean, I think people are gonna. I think there's a lot of people who are liking it because they've got the dog and all this. But for me, I have absolutely no interest in it.
I'm going to be honest. I'm quite happy for it.
Yeah, I knew you would.
And the funny thing is, Sean, you're someone who's known me a long time as well as yourself, Carl. Any of you've known me before Man of Steel ever arrived, Superman was my least. I mean, he was the epitome of just. I couldn't stand him as a superhero. Growing up, I just hated the idea. This guy just, his weakness is just some green rock. It just made me sick. Didn't like it. Then came Man of Steel. Then I started to understand the concept of Superman.
That's the real Superman right there.
From a different angle. Now, my thing with this, my acceptance of this Superman is due to the current times. So, really, really accepting the fact that what DCU had done before is gone, expecting this to be complete dribble and nonsense, but now just taking it for what it is, and it's just just a clowny, rainbow, bright, happy la Superman version, and I'm like, cool, whatever, I believe the dog, as you're saying, Sean, will be the star of the show to a big capacity, and I also feel. It would definitely, if you said this, what I'm about to say was said 2 years ago, no way. But I have a feeling this will be the summer film. And you got Jurassic Park there, you've got, what's the other one? Fantastic Four.
What, you think it's going to be a big hit?
Yeah, I really do. I really, really, really do. And I don't mind that. I'll hold the receipt for that. But I have a feeling, I just have a very sincere feeling that it's not only is it going to be, because we don't expect it to be good in any sense. So even if it's half good, it's just going to be better than what we think. But I just got a feeling it's going to grip people. I have a feeling
critics are going to praise it because it's got the whole dog in it. And what you think you don't understand is that social media, James Gunn's very smart. Social media normies, like the people who are just very normal, don't really follow gaming, don't really follow entertainment, they love any content that includes cats and dogs. They're very much, pets are a massive selling point. I reckon that it's going to get so many 5-star reviews from critics.
Regardless of social media or not. pets have been a massive thing for humans from the get-go anyway. So that would have been a go anyhow.
So that's what I'm saying. I think the critics are going to love it. They're going to give it all 5 stars. I think it's going to have all of that sort of stuff. But I don't think the film itself is going to actually be good. I don't think it actually is going to be good.
Well,
I think it's going to have that same...
I will say this. As I said, I think the film is going to be way better than I would have expected it to be, and I expect it to do very, very well. That's why I expect it to do very well.
We'll see. I mean, when you say very well, how would you reckon it's going to do at box office?
I expect it to be so in terms of I will base that against his classmates, and his classmates are Jurassic Park, the new one, and Fantastic Four. I expect it to run away from both of those films in terms of how well engaged it is during the summer. So in that sense, how many people go to watch it? And I guess that's equated to ticket sales, right? So I expect Superman to just run away with it. Run away with the share of
what else is coming out this year? Is there
this year or this summer?
Well, this year. What else is coming out this year?
Avatar. Avatar's out later this year. Wicked 2 is out later this year.
Oh. Well, Avatar's obviously going to be the big seller this year.
What else is there? I'm pretty sure there's a Predator film later this year. There's the new... Is it Insidious? I think there's a new Insidious this year. Yeah, there's a few more things to come later this year. But other than that, with regards to the summer films, these are the ones. So as I said, Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four, How to Train a Dragon, but that's now. So that's Superman, and that's like a month away. And then you have a Superman for the peak of summer. So I have a feeling that Superman's going to do way better than it would have initially have done when it was announced. Because when it was announced, with the whole Henry Cavill thing, it was like, man, get out of it. But, it won't be long before we see.
Yeah, I mean, I think because a lot of the Marvel fans, they didn't like Man of Steel. So I already know they're loving this guy because it's like that Marvel. It's James Gunn. Because he's been working with Marvel. It's more, he got Crypto the dog comes to save him. Like, it's more the Marvel type stuff, and that's why I think it's going to be highly praised by the people, because they won't talk about Man of Steel. The guys did not like. When I was at my workplace, I remember all the Marvel fans, they did not like Man of Steel because it's just gritty and dark. They don't like that. This Superman's got a whole lot of like light and brightness to it and hackiness, and it's like, yeah, I can see why there's going to be all these people loving it and praising it. So yeah, I think you'll be right. I think the critics are going to like it. I think the people are going to have a positive sentiment on it, but I don't think it's going to be actually a good film. I don't think it's going to be something that's a classic and people want to watch. I still think Man of Steel is going to trump that film massively. But actually, which film is actually better? Because I remember when the first Star Wars sequels came, and people forget, because people are dark on it now, but when that film first dropped, what was it called? Force Awakens, that's it. Oh, okay. They were going crazy, but like it was the best thing that had come out. I will never forget how the whole industry were praising it like it was amazing. And then years later, it's now, they were shit. People look at it as it was bad. But I remember I was in the office and I said to Terrence, what? Did you like that film? He's like, yeah, the film was sick. And I was like, okay, what's the best scene in that film? What's the best fight scene? Because I was like, there was no fight scenes in that film. And he was like, well, they were fighting in the forest. It was amazing. I was like, wow, okay, that's what you call amazing. I was like, that film was awful. And then only years now, when people are now looking back on Force Awakens, they're calling it a trash film. So I find it really hilarious. But when it came out, it had all high praise. Everyone was praising it. So I expect that's what's going to happen with this Superman film. And I reckon after that, people are going to let it digest and then look back on it and compare it to Man of Steel and be like, nah, it wasn't as good as Man of Steel. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We will. So I think that takes us to the end by the looks of it. Anything else you want to add, Sean?
Oh, there was a random that Carl wanted to mention, right?
Oh, yeah, Scum. There's
okay.
Yeah, survival game called Scum that came out in 2012, early access. I recently played it just before I was playing Zoom, and it's getting a full release and there's a massive patch coming on the 17th. And it's basically play the game. I wasn't know what to expect when I started playing the game a few weeks ago, and it's got a horror aspect to the game which I didn't know it had. And so basically, there's bunkers in the game. It's basically you're a prisoner and you're thrown into this gated, like this walled area, and it's massive, and there's just like all zombies in there, and you have to survive. And it's basically supposed to be a TV show. So you're part of a TV show, and you're basically people are just watching you for sport. Right. And there are these abandoned bunkers in there. And the horror aspect of it is, if you move in these bunkers and you hear this baby crying, you've got to stand perfectly still, or these zombies come with knives. These different zombies come with knives on their hand. And it was one of the most frightening. Obviously, I've got the worm from Dune, but this was so frightening, man. But basically, what they're doing is they're adding more NPCs to the game. So there's basically different stages of NPCs. So there's stage 1, which will be like a fresh survivor who just come into the game, all the way up to a seasoned veteran. And there's also natives that they're adding to the island that have been there, which are zombies that have evolved, and they're pretty much like predators. So they've got all the different like trophies of humans they killed on them. It look really crazy, and they're adding these horror aspects of the game. So it's going to be really intriguing to see what happens on the 17th. So next episode, I'll have a full review of it. Well, actually, I don't know if next episode for a couple of weeks' time.
Less than that, probably. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I have a little bit game time, I'll basically review that. But yeah, just a little random mention there. And I think the other one was Chrono Odyssey, wasn't it? But I don't know. There's a beta for that coming out. But I don't think that's coming out this year, Sean. I think that's.
I mean, I've only just learned about the game a few weeks ago, so I'm relatively new to knowing about the game.
Yeah.
I only saw the first trailer a few weeks ago, and then obviously now seeing the proper gameplay, I'm like, okay. Obviously, it's got the weapon switching. Obviously, it reminds me of a New World. And that but I hope they've got more abilities.
Definitely New World. Definitely New World.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they do it better than New World did.
But my main worry about that game was the monetization. And I listened to a dev interview. A Korean guy was interviewing the Korean developer. Obviously, it was in Korean, but you could
Canon. I saw that.
That's your guy, Canon, my boy, Canon. Yeah, and it's definitely, he said, it's not going to be pay to win. There's no pay to win aspect in the game, because it looked a lot like Black Desert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Black Desert is very, very.
I like how Canon questioned, because he's like, a lot of devs say this, but then later on they add it later.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. They add it in later. Yeah.
He was hitting it with their questions. He was like, no, it's only ever going to be cosmetics. And devs like, no.
Because you know why, Sean? Yeah, you know, Throne and Liberty. That when Throne and Liberty was coming out, they were saying the same thing, bro. Well, there's no pay to win. It's all cosmetic. And I was like, I don't know about all this, man. But yeah, we'll see. But it looks good. It looks good.
And it's always worrying if a game is also going to be on mobile, because Throne and Liberty, they said, the mobile game as well. And obviously it had that auto-playing feature where the game will play itself. They took it out because obviously they got a whole lot of negative backlash.
Yeah, they scrapped it.
And that's what's worrying about Aeon 2. I found out that Aeon 2 is also going to be on mobile. So that's just like completely killed my hype for Aeon 2. I was like, what? Mobile? I was like, nah, you're obviously going to do some pay to win monetization.
No, it's going to be definitely pay. If you know there's a mobile version of it, it's going to be pay to win.
Yeah, it's just definitely going to be pay to win. So I'm just like, I can't trust anyone who's doing the MMO that's on mobile. I actually cannot trust it. Chrono Odyssey, as far as I know, is only on PC. So, we will see. And, what they'll show in that video gameplay thing that they showed, they'll show all the different things you could do in the game. I was kind of surprised how many things they had in there, as well as PvP, bounty hunting system, all these sort of things. I was like, okay, that's actually... I wasn't expecting all of that. I just thought it was going to be mainly PvE.
The NDA has been lifted now, so I think people, because a lot of
Canon's got a review up, so I'm actually gonna watch that.
So I'm gonna have a look and see what they're saying. Yes,
he said he played 70 hours, so I want to see what he says. But knowing that he plays a lot of Throne Liberty, because I wasn't feeling Throne Liberty, so I'm always very quite concerned about people who like that game.
Liberty, man. That game, it's a really good game, but it's too much pay to win in that game, man. Too much. But
so that's why I'm very concerned. I'm like, if he playing Throne and Liberty and he's okay with how it is. But the good thing is that they've got the playtest next week, and we get to play it ourselves. So I signed up on Steam, so I'll play it and I'll see for myself how it feels. Because it looks good, but you have to play it and get hands on. I always think that's the best thing. Like betas are the best
And the
things you can
flipping
get.
classes are not gender locked, man. Like I flipping hate that.
Thank goodness.
Hate that shit, but it's not. It's not. Yeah.
That's one thing that annoyed me with Lockdown. I don't know why they did that.
Did they ever change it? What, did they leave it like that permanently?
No. So what they started to do was add like the same class with a different name and the other gender.
What was that?
So Lost Ark started to, they started to add. They'll do the same class but a different gender, but they'll give it a different name and they'll do some slight differences.
But they did that in Black Desert. They had the class, but
I don't know why they do it. They're just giving themselves extra work.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? They're obsessed, bro. Even, do you know First Ascendant, that game I was playing before? They I don't know what they just...
They did that too?
Yeah, but they just like, they don't even care about the male guys. Like they don't have any like...
Yeah, they're the Stelts and the Kumas. The guys who love females.
They
love girls and gaming.
The females have got so many skins and stuff like that, and then so many different and then the male's got the first skin that the game came out with or something, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's because they're catering to a very horny audience. 100%, it's different over there, bro. They're on it.
And I don't like that. That's why I don't like paying attention to them gacha games, the Genshin Impact, the Zenless Zone Zero, because it's all about these female characters and look.
Waifu,
and I'm just like, I don't care about this stuff. I don't play games for women. Like, I play games for the gameplay. I don't care about this. I know. But that's why I just don't. When I see that, so as soon as you're advertising with women's breasts and bum, I'm already tapped out.
That's why you're probably just tapped out of GTA 6, bro, because there's enough breasts and bum in that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I'm just like this. After you tap me out, I'm out. Because I'm like, listen, I love women. I deal with that in real life. I don't need it in my video game.
I get you.
Video game for me is like
I get you.
Things that I don't.
It's a bit cringe. It's kind of
cringe to me. Yeah, it's very cringe because I experience women in real life, so I don't need it in the video.
Them things are for like virgins and betters that don't really get much.
That's what it is. And when they're trying to appeal to those guys, I'm like, you're not appealing to me.
Because I see one guy because First Ascendant is getting some new season or something. I was watching it today because obviously I played. I just wanted to see what's going on. And the guys that they released some maid outfit. Yeah, for an event.
Oh, God.
And the guy's like, I'm going to grind that event for that. I'm like, what the? Why? Just to look like, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm out.
I just can't, man.
I grind that event to get that skin. I'm like,
that's why when the days be like, Stellar Blades come to PC, I'm like, nah, I know what Stellar Blade's about. I know what the hype was behind Stellar Blade. I'm just like, I'm not interested.
I saw that as well. Stellar Blade, I see it, and it's like I can see what's going on here, man.
I'm just like, I can see what you're doing. I see what it like. I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like I just want, rather than trying to sell sex, just sell me the gameplay.
Yeah,
and and that will bring me to the last sort of like random. Is Techland showing Dying Light the Beast gameplay. 30 minutes of gameplay. And I was just like, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, hi. Just show me gameplay. And it was just incredible. Like, it looked like basically Dying Light 3. That's what people are calling it, Dying Light 3. And I'm just like, and I agree with it. People are calling it Dying Light.
What's the difference though? I haven't seen it. Yeah.
So they've gone back to their roots of what Dying Light 1 was like. A lot more dark, gritty. Is just like, and obviously they brought back Carl Crane, who was the main protagonist in the first one.
Okay.
And he's been experimented on for 15 years. Someone took him and was experimenting for 15. So he lost 15 years of his life being experimented on.
Right.
But those experiments he can now tap into. So they call it the Beast because he can tap into a beast mode that will allow him to go fist to fist with some of the biggest monsters in the game. And then like you can awaken a sensing thing where you can see the enemies and who's got weapons, who hasn't got weapons. Like it's giving him all these powers because they were experimenting on him. But he's obviously on a quest for revenge to get the guy who imprisoned him for 15 years. So he's mad angry. Like the dialogue when he's talking, he's not playing no game. Like he's on job. He's like,
is this an expansion?
Kill this guy.
Is it?
No. It's a standalone game. It's a whole new game, yeah. Yeah, standalone. So they're going, and they just called it Dying Light: The Beast. That's what they've called it. So it's a standalone game. It's not an expansion. Originally, they were doing it as an expansion for Dying Light 2, but then they were like, nah, we want to go in on this, and they decided to make it a standalone game.
Oh yeah, sorry, guys. I don't know if have you seen that? Oh no. Do you know what? We're going into next week. Not the next.
Yeah,
we're going into,
yeah.
that's it. No.
There's a lot to talk about.
I'm gonna cut it there. Like, we're going
there's a lot to talk about. Yeah,
the next podcast, bro.
We'll leave it. We'll leave it to the next one.
Yeah.
So I suppose we can roll on to our closing statements.